Hi everyone, my name is Anita. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I first met Joel back in 2015. One of the first memories that I have of Joel is that we were ministering together at a retreat in Nashville, and we decided that we were going to intercede for that retreat a month leading up to it. And so every single day we would get together on Google Hangouts, no matter the time. It was after homework, family prayer, dinner, just anything. We would make sure that we would meet every night and spend hours praying together in fellowship, growing in our own spirituality, growing and seeing what the Lord had wanted to do with our friendship. And one of the main things that I learned about Joel was that he was such a profound believer. And I know many of you have heard this already, but he had such a confidence in the Lord, a confidence that the Lord would fulfill all of the promises that he had made to Joel and I. And I am really, really inspired by that confidence, even to this day. And another thing that reminds me of Joel is how similar we were. And one memory comes to mind. We were sending birthday gifts to one of our mutual friends, and we ended up shipping, and it got to our friend's house, and our friend FaceTimes us, and he goes, "You and Joel sent the same exact gift." And so that's how similar we were. We thought the same. We even sent the same gifts, and we basically had the same personality. We would say that we were just boy and girl versions of each other. And another reason that Joel was such an awesome person was because he was such a lovable individual. It's really hard to look past everybody's shortcomings and mistakes. But it wasn't like that for Joel. It was easy to love Joel. It was very effortless to love him. Because of his radiant personality, his vibrant smile, and just an all-around loving person. You can really see the love of Christ shining through Joel. And that's why he was just a magnet to so many souls. Whoever met Joel, they just were automatically attracted to him. Whether that was spiritually, whether that was, through his personality, his career. He had such a way with his words and people. And the Lord really used him abundantly in this earth. And I'm really blessed to have been a part of that. Joel, I can say, was one of my biggest fans, whether it was pushing me to take my MCAT and always being there to support me, or, always calling me Dr. Anita, always giving me that push, that extra mile that I needed of motivation. He was always that person that I could call or go to. And he was also very good with logistics. So I would call him about, my trip to Houston or something like that. And I would say, I have this many days there. What should I do? Who should I see? And he would help me break down the whole trip and plan everything. And he also made sure to squeeze in a little extra time for him. So I was actually there 3 days before they went to the boat trip. And I'm so, so grateful that God had written that into Joel's life, but that I could see him. And that last hug that I gave him, I hugged a real extra tight because I didn't know when I was going to see him next, because I was moving back for school, and I just wanted to give him an extra ounce of my love. And I'm really, really glad that the Lord gave me the opportunity to see him. And it was actually really funny. I said that I was really busy that day, and I didn't want Joel to drop me off to the airport because I had a bunch of things lined up. And Joel called me immediately when I texted him that, and he said, "No, I'm going to figure it out." And so he helped me rearrange plans. He helped me consolidate plans and figure out how he was going to spend his time with me. And he ended up doing it. So he ended up dropping me off to the airport, and that's when I got to give him my really big last hug with him. And I'm so honored to have done that. Another thing that comes to mind is that this friendship that we had, it was a pure and just a loving friendship. It's something that I don't really get often. My friendship with Joel wasn't like many others. It was so well-rounded. My family loved him. I loved him. My siblings loved him. Every time he would FaceTime, my parents would hop on FaceTime with me and, just try to catch up with him. And that's how we were as a family. And even when I would go to Houston, I would go to his house, spend time in prayer there with his family, eat, as Joel loved to do, and really spend a lot of quality time with him. So I'm really glad to have been a big part of his life, and I'm really glad to have shared the same Joel with you guys. And I really deeply pray that he has impacted your life and inspired you to make small changes for the Lord and bring souls to him. So may Jesus Christ be praised now and forever.